All right, so probably our final segment in shaving, on shaving. And we were talking yesterday about the difference, whether different opinions of Chachamim regarding whether the knife touches the skin, doesn't touch the skin, remove it at one time, doesn't remove it at one time, and so on and so forth. In Israel, there is a very nice halachic publication. It's called Tchumin. Over there, one of the contributing rabbis, his name is Rabbi Rappaport, holds that the main question is the second question that we asked yesterday. Whether the shaving machine shaves with the blade only. I mean, in other words, if that's the only way that it could be shaved, or you must have the shaver, the blade, and the screen or whatever it is on it. According to him, you could check if the machine is quote unquote kasher or pasul and so on by checking if it would shave without the protective guard there as well. If the blade cannot cut without that protective shield there, whether it's the screen or the grits that they have on the blades, therefore the machine will be allowed to be used. It is quite possible that even if the blade will cut without that thing, there still might be a chance that the machine is so-called kosher, and it still could be that sometimes the machine will have a screen. It will be bad as well. It's not, so we need to see it, each one, and so on and so forth. Another question we need to mention is, what's the din if rov hase'arot, most of the hair is cut with the hair, but some of them are cut only by the blade? Okay. There is a place in Israel, an institution that researches many different products and so on according to halakha, and they used to publish which machines are good and which machines are not. By the standards of so-called Israel, Rappaport said, if the machine cannot shave the hair without the screen is mutar, and that's what they used to check by. That was the standard. However, in recent years, they stopped checking shaving machines altogether because one of the reasons is because a close-up or macro pictures of mainly done by Philips company showed that even machines that used to be considered to be kosher, the blade cuts the hair even before they touch the screen itself. Just by the lifting or whatever it is, or there's a certain way that it doesn't even touch it, it already cuts it. So therefore, the question is, after all this discussion, we're coming back to a starting point altogether, is the following. Either all the machines are good or all the machines are bad. Rav Rappaport himself continued holding to his opinion and is still checking the machines as he did before, regardless of the close-up pictures that they took. I do have to say that most poskim today somewhere kind of accepted the fact that most of the tzibur, most of the people became very lenient about it. So therefore they don't make such a big fuss about it. However, I have to say that it's still very difficult for any posek to find a clear and forward heter that it will be across the board, no question about it regarding this machine or the other machine. In other words, if you using a machine, I think you have more to be concerned about than actually to rely upon. Especially today that what they call how do you call it, 5 o'clock, what? Shadow is somewhat accepted in many, even in professional settings, as long as it's like you have a little shape or something. So I don't really see a reason to shave oneself. You don't have to have a beard like mine or something. You don't have to look like a mountain man or a biker or anything like this. However, the question is, why not? I mean, if this is one of the criteria, what do we call a tzura, a shape of a Jew? That's how a Jew is throughout history. If this is how nature wanted us to be, if this is how God had wanted us to be, and I deliberately said him in the end because, God, if this is what, I am a man and I have hair, why should I look like a woman and shave myself? I mean, there is a reason why I have it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in His way, created a whole natural apparatus here, so men will have hair in certain places. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu's knowledge and thinking is far, far, far more superior than I will ever be. So if He sought to make it right, so why do I have to do it different? I mean, there is a reason for things. Again, think about it, that the hair on your head is the only hair that keeps on growing. The rest of the hair on your body doesn't. I mean, you don't braid your hair on your legs. It's so long, and and just reach a certain length, and that's it. Well, why dafka the hair? That's something that is greater than me. That's okay. I don't have to understand that. But I do know that this is how a Jewish look. That's a Jewish look. That's a Jewish look. And I said to you before, in places like in Turkey, as the Chida brings, they would not do business with you if you came from outside of Turkey, if you didn't have a beard on yourself. That's how a Jew looks. So you like it, you don't like it, that's what it is. You want to do business with us, not a problem. Look like a Jew. Why do I have to look not like a Jew? I mean, do I have to be bound to the trap of fashion? And then whatever somebody decided today is fashionable for me, I am a Jew and that's what I do. You can have a short beard, you can have a long beard, that's in terms of that. I mean, but if we're going into the sugya of maybe there is a problem here altogether, and this is a Yisumi de Oraita. So okay, Tishma, so I'll live a stubble and I won't shave. I mean, so that's what it is. What's more important to me? The way I stand in front of God or the way I stand in front of the mirror? If growing a beard will be such an impact on my own self-esteem, so instead of investing so much money on a shaver, go get therapy and work on your self-esteem. Every hipster today have a beard. So according to that, everybody should have a beard, right? But a Jew does what a Jew needs to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. It does not affect you in the professional world. And I keep saying this all the time. Everybody tells me, no, you have to go to Wall Street, can't have a beard. Until Kim Bain Bernanke and gave everybody a curveball. Because he had a beard and he was the head of the Federal Reserve. I mean, so it didn't bother him. I guess everything that people claim will just regurgitate what other people tell them. Again, ultimately, it's just from the fact that people can try to do whatever they can not to look like a Jew. And it's a matter of Jewish pride and Jewish identity. And that's the way I look at it. I hate shaving. And have a nice day.